Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all the ages. Welcome back to WRL Racing League Tier number 1, and we're here for the back-to-back round here at Mexico and Baku here this evening. But before we move on to the main event, let's have a recap of what happened at Hungary last week. It was a Ferrari domination with Left 4 Dead winning, Ryan Cox P2, Potato in P3, Abyss P4, Viper P5, the RB scoring some big points there. Finn's P6, Chandler P7, one of his better results recently. Semi P8, probably his best result of the season. Mass Shooter P9 with Rilo in P10. With Ferrari Pro, Churros Gamer, Benno, and Carmelo. The point score is there. What does that mean for the championship? Well, it means this. Left 4 Dead can win the title here tonight. He has to be 109 points ahead of Potato. 108 will still get in the title, but it'll be on countback because Left 4 Dead's won a lot of races this season. So 109 points is the gap Left 4 Dead wins. So the current gap is 114, as you can see on screen. So if Potato beats Left 4 Dead in the first race, then the second race will come that little bit more important. Abyss P3 chasing down Potato, but might be a little bit too hard. Campbell Adams P4, Oxchiller P5, Viper P6, Finns P7, Ryan Cox P8 making a late charge here. He is, 23 points off P5, so that was his aim after last week. Chandler P9, Manwright P10, Chandler in the top 10. Very nice. And then we've got Rolo, Jono, ZK, and we've got all the way down because they've added in the reserves for unknown reason to Oscar Leu, who is full-time in the Red Bull, but has not got off the mark yet. Ferrari, as you can see, 601, 455, that's 156 points ahead. Even with the Australian race, the final, which is double points, it's I think it's Ferrari's title. So GG's to them. RB, second is theirs. It's the Sauber boys, Pig 3. Alpine, there's no Alpine car here tonight, so the Sauber can pull away with Red Bull P5, Williams P6, Aston Martin in P7, McLaren P8, Haas P9, Mercedes in P10, but they could close in on the Haas and McLaren if they can. And yeah, we'll move on to the main event. And welcome everybody to the main event here. Viper has put in his lap time. Churros Gamer is in P2. Reedy's out on track. There will be no restart. By the way, chat, tonight's races will be 35% races. So Mexico is the first race. They've got short quali. And yeah. And the biggest shock of last week was Chandler getting pole in the wet. It was a wet qualifying for Hungary last week, but Chandler getting his maiden pole here in Wallaby. Just could have converted to a podium perhaps, or a top 5 at least, but still he has shown some promise over the season. He's just got to cut out the incidents. There's Sammy up into P1, Mercedes. I'll be pretty happy with that start there as Reedy goes to P1. As Benno goes up into P2. P2 for Benno. Mercedes are 2 and 3. Oh, my work. Surely. There's no McLaren here. There's no Alpine. There's 2 Haas cars, so Mercedes will have to do some work. He will bring up all the stuff here, so apologies with that, chat. Mr. Thunder here on debut here for Wallaby, one of the newest acquisitions. He is a reserve tonight, and he's gone for a spin in the stadium section. That's not how you want to show off on your debut here, but he's pushing on. Well, they're pushing on, I should say. P7, yeah, that big mistake. As Potato, the man in P2 in the championship. He goes up into P2. So it's P1, P2 for the 2 championship protagonists here this evening. And Bevo is on the run here. Biss, Coxie, and Finns yet to put in some lap times. His Fins is starting a lap here. I believe he's now on the PC, I want to say, or it might be PS5. I'm not entirely too sure with that. But, yeah. And the Haas car, it's Churros. It was Churros having a moment here. I believe Chandler's on another run here. Let's have a look at his middle sector. He's up by nearly 2 tenths here. I think he might be ahead of Viper come the end, unless he decides to park it and come into the pits here. No, he's going to finish off the lap here across the line. Oh, he's lost some time in that final sector. He lost some time in that final sector. Potato's gone for a spin. So, yes, chat. Championship can be won here by Reedy. As I said, the gap has to be 109. The gap currently is 114. So, if Reedy wins here tonight, or in this opening race, then the second race might not mean as much. But if Potato wins, that could be huge. Because after tonight, there's only 2 rounds to go, and the finale is double points. So hence why Reedy needs to be 109 points ahead after tonight. But at the moment, everybody's guaranteed P13, which is a couple of points. And P13 is 3. Got to invite somebody. Bear with me, chat. So, this first race could make or break the championship title tonight. And so, yeah. We have a grid of 14, so I mean, at least that's an extra point on the table. As Ryan Cox goes into the 1 minute 12s. Fair play. Fair play. So point for 14th is 2. So faster that point will be counted as a single as their own point in these 2 races here tonight. But that point could be crucial as well for Potato or Reedy here, aka Left for Dead. The Merc Boys, 4th and 5th. This is one of their best qualifying sessions to date. Yes, there's a lot of people missing, but these boys got to take advantage of it. They have to take advantage of it, and currently they are. They are. I mean, they're ahead of Viper, Man, right? Fins is up at the P9. Abyss is yet to put in a lap time. He is now. Because purple middle sector, that's probably due, that's Churros' lap time, or Bevo's, who's up at the P11, by the way, so he improved on his second run. There's yellow flags. I think that might be the Sauber boy just getting out of the way. Here comes Abyss across the line. P3. Viper P5, by the way, so fair enough. I don't think Semi improved, but he stays in P6. Benno's out on track. Man Right, who's invalidated. He might box here. Let's have a look at his fuel situation. Yeah, he's boxing. Mr. Thunder here is on a run. He is on a run. Can he improve on a 14.2? He'll find a load of time through the stadium section, of course. Let's have a look at his middle sector. He's over 3 tenths down. My word. Not a well settler here, and this is a better run through the chicane here. This will be an improvement, unless he decides to box. No. He's going for it. I mean, wow. Wow, I thought there'd be a bigger improvement, but no. And Churros goes up to P12 here. Haasboy's 11th and 12th here. Bevo He's going to put in that time. 7.5 minutes to go. 7.5 to go. And we got a reminder to chat. Japan is off the calendar due to the game coming out in just under 3 weeks' time. 20 days to go, chat, or until the early access is released. But 3 weeks to go until the new game comes out. And that's why Japan is off the calendar. As Mass Jr. has finally joined in. Thunder's coming in. Churros is going to come in. Let's have a look at Chandler here. Purple middle sector here. That is interesting. I think it's probably like Menroy or Beno's lap time here. Goes very out wide. Oh, yeah. Box. nearly fences it on his own. And Potato will be coming into the pits. Reedy's on a run across the line. It goes up into P1 and Aston has joined in. So that is lovely to see. Been pinned again. Lads, you gotta tell me in the Twitch chat. Don't pin me in Discord. I don't check Discord. As Menro's going for another run here on another set of tires here, or same set of tires, I should say. No, it's actually a brand new set, so okay, that's fair enough. And that is fair enough. The Merc boys are slowly dwindling down here. 13.5. Both of them have got 13.5. Will Beno give the slipstream to his teammate here? No, he's backed off. He has backed off here. But Sammy is on a run here. Let's ride on board with the Merc here at Mexico. Under 5 to go in this quali session. Well, he cut the corner on at the final moment there, but Manrai trying to get back to the pits quickly. That might be a pen coming Manrai's way. I believe that's still a thing. He is cutting everything. So, oh dear. 3 minutes to go. And at least his teammate got out very quickly here. He'll be the first one to set that time. If I'm Mouse Jr., I'm just taking my time here. I'm probably not leaving fourth gear here. Just take your time because everybody will start to come out pretty soon here. Lap time's what? 70 odd seconds, 75 seconds. So yeah, I'd wait. But no, he's going quickly, so probably does want to get out ahead of the queue here, but with ghosting on, with ghosting off, the slipstream could be interesting here. Fins is out there. 2.5 to go. And look now people are starting to come on out here. Potato, Fins is out there. Viper's out there. The two RBs are out there. Ryan Cox is out there. Let's bring up the gaps to the lead. That's the gaps. 1.5 separating the field. The top two under 40 milliseconds as Mash Jr. has invalidated. So that's his run done. Churros is coming out. Thunder has yet to come. He's now starting to come on out here. Remember, 75 seconds at least. There's about 90 seconds to go here. So he might cross the line with about 15 seconds to go here. So Mash Jr., who invalidated, now who won't get the section. Viper's catching up to these guys here. Ryan Cox is right there as well. Perhaps waiting for some slipstream. Wow. I mean, the game's the game when it comes to slipstream, but my word. Viper should be... Potato's going to be the odd one out here. Potato's the odd one out here with no slipstream. That's... I mean, Viper should be the one ahead of it to help his teammate to catch up to the... to help his teammate beat Reedy here, but that's not happening. And it looks like Potato matched his first sector, so... He might tumble down here at Mexico. Bevo's at the end. He's behind one of the Hearts boys. Who is it? It's Thunder here. So Bevo will get a slipstream. That could be interesting. And let's have his middle sector. He's a 10th up. It's not going to be pole. Might not even be top 3 here unless he has the final sector of all final sectors here. This is it. The runs will count here. So if you invalidated, you're done. As Mash Jr.'s into the pits. Potato across the line. It's P3. Abyss is down. Viper's P5. Fins P6. Even though he got a toe, did not help. Ryan Cox is P1. But Chandler's up into P4. Abyss down to P5. Let's have a look at his middle sector. He's a 10th and a half up here. That's on the edge of Chandler. That's on the edge of Chandler here. I think Churros will cross the line. P12. But Abyss, can he spoil the party crossing the line? He's done the exact same lap time as Chandler. Reedy's P2. Reedy is P2. And Bevo will win the coveted Drunk Driver Award. And so there we go. There we go. Oh no, it's Churros. Bevo improved to P11. That is huge. We'll get the screenshots. So that is my bad, Bevo. And now we'll head off to the main race here. There's no restart. Haas Boys 12th and 13th. Merc Boys 9th and 10th. They looked strong early on, but they couldn't improve on their lap time, which was interesting to say the least here, chat. And so here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for Mexico. 25 laps of this track here. It's going to be interesting to know what, like, will the soft tyres be used? Will anybody start on the hards here? It's going to be interesting. It looks like it's going to be a sunny start here. It looks like no weather will be playing a factor. So, at least that's something for Reedy here. And we go 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. Ryan Cox gets to the line pretty well. Here comes Potato, the man in P2 in the championship, going side by side with his arch nemesis. But Chandler's up in the P3. He's going around the outside of Reedy here. He'll have the inside line for turn 3 here. He's pushing him out wide a little bit, but Reedy is ahead. But Chandler is ahead of Potato. That is not good for one Potato here. And there's some contact behind. It might have been Abyss and Viper. Perhaps Manuel's up to P7 here. We'll bring up the tyre graphics. It's all mediums. Nobody's done an alternate strategy. But what a start from Chandler. What a start here. But Ryan Cox holding the lead here. Heading into the final sector in the stadium section. Probably not going to see too many overtakes in the stadium section. Maybe here, perhaps, if someone is pretty close. But Chandler's putting the pressure on Reedy here. He's got some pace here as Chandler. This could be... I don't think Reedy or Potato factored in Chandler here. He's in the tow. Potato's a little bit further behind. And Chandler's not going to make a desperate move here into turns 1, 2, or 3 here. Maybe a run in the turn 4, perhaps. But he's got to save up the battery. He's got to build it back up. He made the move on the Potato. And now he has 23 laps to maybe an undercut during the pit window. What would be the pit window, chat? Like, what were we thinking? Lap 10, lap 11, lap 12, perhaps. Well, there we go. I think it's all one stop, 12 to 24. So the game reckons lap 12. I reckon if you pit lap 11, you'll get a massive undercut. You get a massive undercut, and Chandler might be leading the race of the pit stop window. Unless there is an early safety car, which I don't think we'll get. Manri's dropping back a little bit here. And Reedy's ahead of Ryan Coxey, but Chandler's making a move. Easy go around the inside line for turn 3 here. Oh my word. Coxey. Oh, here goes Potato. Oh, he had to back out. He had to back out. And here comes a bear symbol. Watch this from Viper's perspective. And Chandler's up into P2. Oh, Coxey spun. And through goes Viper. Potato's still there. But Viper's now up into P3. Chandler is up into P2. Oh my word, chat. And with no Alpines, the lone Sauber driver is absolutely making his TP very, very proud here. P2 Vipers, I think Viper might have got some DRS here. He might have just snicked some DRS. Did he? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And Ryan Cox, who was leading this race, being spun, is down into P7. Abyss is P10. Wowzers, is all I have to say there, chat. Wowzers. And Chandler, the DRS is just uber powerful as Coxie's now making a move onto Man right here. Fins, the fins are up here, P5. Potato P4, still not within a shout of a podium chance here, thus far here. And we'll remember there's 3 DRS zones here. You can save the battery at multiple points here, but this main straight will be crucial. I tell you what, if these 3 here, Chandler, Viper, Potato, work together here, and maybe they might drop Reedy in a few laps or so. As Ryan Cox moves up into P5, by the way. Abyss is into the pits here. I think that's for the hard tyres to go to the end. Sammy's got a 3-seconder. It doesn't look like it was a wing change, just a normal pit stop. So the Abyss undercut attempt is now underway here. We'll keep an eye on the times. Viper's also looking very racy. Mexico's one of these tracks where shock results can happen. Semi's overtaken Beno. And we've seen it time and time again with Mexico bringing out some shock results here. Not just in T1, but in multiple tiers. Chandler's got to make the move now. Because here comes Viper. And there we go. Ryan Cox is ahead of Potato. I think Potato's just biding his time here. Really got back ahead of Chandler, so yeah, there we go. And Chandler's got more battery than Reedy here, so Reedy wants to stay ahead here, but he won't be able to break DRS. With 3 DRS zones, it's going to be tricky for Reedy here to break the DRS. And again, Chandler is pushing Reedy through. I think Reedy's just trying... Oh, Reedy's boxing. Reedy is now boxing. Has Reedy gone too early? I mean, the Abyss hasn't really set the world alight with some lap times here. And Reedy's is comfortably ahead of Abyss here. Comfortably. He's left the pits now, and there is Abyss. I mean, he might have gained a couple of seconds here, but we got to remember Abyss did spin. We got to remember that there. But 3.5. That's the margin we're looking at. Viper now leads this race. Ryan Cox is P3 here. His Ferrari team. What does Potato do here? Now that he knows his championship rival Reedy has pitted for the hards here, has he gone too early though? Has he gone too early? Viper's now pitting. Viper now pits. Ryan Cox retakes the lead here. And I've said it at multiple points throughout the season here. Chandler, at certain tracks, just work. Reedy did get ahead of Viper. Let's have a look at the gaps to lead. It's under 20 seconds. It's probably what you need for a pit stop. Potato P3 though. And he's got to make a pit stop. He's what? 18 seconds ahead? So Reedy will definitely be ahead of Potato. Unless there is a safety car. Reedy will be ahead of Potato by maybe 1 or 2 seconds here. So what does Ryan Cox do here? Is he going to try and hold up the pack here? Ryan Cox stays out. Potato stays out. Finn's Manwright and Sammy stay out. Thunder also stay out. Bevero and Mash are in. So they're at the back of the train here. So Reedy down. They'll all overtake as Chandler retakes the lead of this race here. Finn's thought about a move. On to Potato. Potato might have to make a move onto Ryan Cox here. Might have to make a move onto Ryan Cox here. Bess is ahead of Mash and Beno. Bevo and Mash, I apologise. And Potato did not make a move onto Ryan Cox here. But Chandler... Who is this Chandler? It's a new person this evening. I mean, he was there with the Ryan Cox and Abyss situation, but he did not play a part in it. He did not play a part of it. I mean, we're on board. I think we're on board with Viper at that point, and Ryan Cox nearly bends it into the fence there. So Coxie, Potato, Manwright have all pitted. Sammy, Finns, and Chandler have stayed out. And Mr. Thunder has also pitted. And we're pretty sure it's all hards. Yes, it is. So there's a tie delta for the chat there. Abyss is having a shocker here. Did not get ahead of Potato, Manwright, or Ryan Cox. I don't know what's going on with that. I wonder if Abyss has got like car damage or something. I'm not entirely too sure. But Chandler, 17.5 seconds ahead of Reedy. Finns and Sammy and Chandler yet to pit. So... yeah, I don't know. Maybe Abyss did get some damage. Apologies, at the top three have all now come in. Reedy will be ahead by quite a distance. And Viper takes the lead here, so now P2 has Reedy has a, what's that gap? 2.6 seconds. So this is going to be interesting. Chandler's behind Abyss. Potato has finally got ahead of Chandler. Same with Manwright and Ryan Cox as well. So what was the undercut? 5.3 seconds. So yeah, there we go. There we go, chat. And I think Viper and Reedy, if they play this tactically well, then I think that's your 1-2. 15 laps to go, of course. But these guys here are much younger tyres here. 3 and 2 lap younger difference, and 5 lap ahead of Abyss here. Chandler's, what, 6, 5 and 4 laps, and a lap fresher tyres here. Chandler's got to make the move now. He has to make a move onto Abyss if he wants that podium spot back. Yep, there he goes. Yeah. Save it now. Recharge the battery in this middle sector and just pick off the lads one by one here. Yeah, look, Reedy overtook Viper for P1 again. Ryan Cox is P3, 2.6. So the gap hasn't really moved yet on the first tier, the first 2 DRS straights here. The Churros is 4 seconds behind Benno here. He's just having a wow of a time. His young Churros. Potato nearly dropped out of DRS here. If Ryan Cox could drop Potato out of DRS, that could be huge for the championship. That could be huge for the championship, but it looks like Potato. Ooh, has he got DRS? I think Ryan Cox has dropped Potato here now. Has he got DRS? He doesn't. Potato does not have DRS. Wowzers. Now this Manuel's got to make the move now to get back into the DRS. Chandler has got to overtake Potato on this next straight. He's got to make the move on the next straight here. You don't want to be too far behind. But yeah, but Potato now here's that and using the battery. So now can Ryan Cox drop Manuel out of DRS? He's over the 1 second mark. Bennett, the 2 Merc boys have got pens already here. Oh dear. Sammy's 2 seconds ahead of the match, so a P9 is still on the cards for young Sammy here. Remember, Manroy might be in trouble due to a qualifying incident. Mash Jr.'s got a 3 seconder, so that'll help Sammy out a little bit. Did Manroy get DRS? Yes, he did, but he's got no battery to play with. He's got no battery to play with. Fair enough. Fair enough. It looks like Abyss just got no pace here at this track. Just no pace whatsoever. Bevo's got to make a move onto Mash Jr. As soon as possible because Mr. Thunder and Banner aren't too far behind Mash Jr. here. He could lose an extra position here. Churros is 7.5 seconds behind. Oh, fans. And now Reedy and Viper still haven't really pulled away from Ryan Cox here. Yes, they'll have DRS, but realistically, the gaps just stay hovering that 2.5, 2.6 mark here. Potato got DRS. Same with Chandler, and I think Abyss missed out on some DRS. He did. Abyss has got no pace. He must have a car issue from that early incident. Might be the rear wing, or maybe some floor damage, perhaps. But yeah, Abyss has got no pace. I would not be surprised if these guys here try and drop Abyss. Would not be a surprise here. And look, Fins is outside the 1 second mark of Ben Ryan. That is not good for his race. Oh. Sammy gets another 3 seconder. Well, I mean, he's 3.5 ahead of Mash, so P9 is still on the cards. Fins just nabbed some DRS, but he's got no battery. Man Right making an issue heading into the stadium section. No, Abyss now has a 3-seconder. And what did I say with Mash and Bevo? Bevo had to make a move onto Mash and he couldn't make it sticky. Benno and Mr. Thunder have all caught up here. Potato is ahead of Ryan Cox here now. Will Chandler make an impression into turn 4 here on Ryan Cox? Yellow flag sector 3. Oh, it's Churros. And Churros gets a 10 second. That's a retirement from Churros. That is a shame. He won't be getting any points. For Haas, did not complete the 90% threshold. I think the 90% is like lap 22, I want to say. 21, 22. So 6 laps off to completing the 90%. And look, Abyss has been dropped. Abyss has been dropped out of DRS. So now Bevo, probably sensing that, he now has to pick up the pace and close in onto Abyss here. Because a P9 is on the cards, maybe even a P8, because 70's got 6 seconds of pens. And what a good haul of points that will be for Bevo. He hasn't really scored that much as Ryan Cox is ahead of Potato. Manroy has been dropped, but he's still nabbed some DRS. Fins has caught up as well. And, well, Chandler's now ahead of Potato. Chandler is now ahead of Potato. And it's gone from bad to worse. We gotta remember, there's 2 races on tonight. Reedy can win the title, but the margin needs to be 109 points and above. So after the second race, after this race first, we'll exactly need to know what Potato needs to do for the second race. Manrod's got a 3-seconder. And Ryan Cox has absolutely caught up to these two here. And Ryan Cox has got some DRS, I think. I think he just nabbed it at the correct point. He did. Well, chat. Is it tyre wear? I don't think so. I mean, 3 and 2 lap younger tyres. Maybe Ryan Cox has got the pace. We'll remove the tyre grade. I mean, you saw what the tyre deltas are. Anyway, I mean, Chandler's one of those ones with fresher tyres. Mash Jr. gets another 3 seconds. Let's have a look at the pen situation. So 3 for Menrod, 6 for Sammy, 3 for Abyss. So Sammy P8 is still on the cards here. Benno 3 and Mash is with 6. But can't count out Bevo yet. He is absolutely flying here. But Abyss having some major issues earlier on with the Ryan Cox incident. Might be a steward's inquiry. I'm not too sure what the situation will be with that. As Ryan Cox sliding into the baseball section here, it's Potato nearly gets dropped out of DRS. Nearly gets dropped out of DRS. I think Manroy's just nabbed it. Yes, he has. And so now, Viper, I mean, we've got 7 laps to go. I'm trying my absolute best to hype you up, lads, chat, with the championship decider here. But I think Potato's, I think he's resigned that he's not going to catch up regardless, so I think he's just happy being in P5. Maybe let some carnage unfold here. I mean, if you can beat Reedy somehow, maybe a 3-seconder or something. But they are difficult to be removed unless it's like a really bad in-game glitch. it's really hard to get taken off here. And I mean, the biggest story at best down in P9, he is struggling. I mean, he's got a penalty next to his name. He'll drop down. Bevo is catching up here, but I think Bevo will be resigned to just getting a P9 here. And it's a Ferrari 1-2 here now. 6 laps to go. So after this race chat, we'll talk to the top 3 and then move on to Baku. Actually, no, we'll do post-race interviews after Baku chat. The lads probably just want to get this round over and done with ASAP. So we'll talk to the top 3 from both after Baku. Baku will be one-shot quali and 35% races. Ryan Cox takes the lead here. Will Viper make a move? Yes, he will. Here comes Chandler down the inside. Oh my word. Well, now this becomes interesting. Potato's got some DRS here. Oh my word, chat. Wow. Wow. Oh, here comes Vince. Oh, the better traction. Oh my word. It's come alive on lap 21 as Vince goes out wide, but stays ahead of Reedy here. Sammy has caught back up here. But my word, Potatoes P4, Reedy P6. It's all coming up Millhouse. For Potato, and Ryan Cook's got 1.2 second lead ahead of Viper. It won't be 1.2 any much longer because Chandler will have some DRS. And he'll be back up into P2. Chandler up into P2, 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. I mean, Viper had to let Potato go through here. More points the better for Potato here. Can Chandler stay within a second of Ryan Cox? He's hovering that 9/10 mark here. Just don't get a 3-second time penalty. My word. It's all coming up Millhouse. For Potato, P3 now, P6 for Reedy here. He's got 2 drivers behind on penalties. One has 6. Oh my word, there. One has 6, one has 3, so... But Manroy's dropped out of DRS. Manroy has dropped out of DRS. So this could help out Sammy here. To maybe even have a P7 here. What is going on? And Chandler stays behind Ryan Cox here. 3 to go. 3. You don't want to go too early. You don't want to go too early here, chat. Is it going to be next lap? Will it be on the final lap? Ryan Cook's got like nearly 30% more battery than Chandler, so Chandler's got to get at least above 5th to have a chance here. And he's actually done that. I mean, Ryan Cook's still 90% here, but the DRS is just uber powerful. Oh, oh my word. And now Reedy's been trying to be attacked here by Finns. And just did not work this time around. So here we go. It's all going to come down to the final lap of the race. And Chandler is recharging the battery. These yellow flags. Oh, it's Bennett. Bennett's had a moment on the exit of turn 3. No safety car, of course. Oh my word. You literally saw that shot, chat. Potato literally pushing Chandler through here. Oh, Ryan Cook has made a mistake, but Chandler won't have any DRS. Chandler won't have any DRS. He's got to go here. Has Potato absolutely from nowhere got this situation here? Ryan Cox with the DRS games here. Oh my word. Has Ryan Cox bottled? Has Ryan Cox bottled here? Oh, big lock up from Chandler. Some more contact. Reedy's just going to play it safe here. He's just going to play it safe here. But we've got one more DRS zone here. We have one more DRS zone. Who's your money on here, chat? Who's your money on here? Oh my word, they're going nearly 3 wide here. Ryan Cox has cut the corner. I don't know where to look. Final bend here. It's coming up, Millhouse. Oh, it's Ryan Cox winning. Potatoes P2, Chandler P3, and that is his first podium of the season. Viper P4, Reedy P5, Finns P6. Menrod P7, Semi had an issue at the end there, P8, Bevo P9, Thunder P10, Abyss P11, Mash P12, and Benno P13. But what an ending! What an insane ending that was. So we've got to get the calculators out here now, chat. We've got to get them out here. What did Reedy get? P5. What is P5? What is P5? 18 points. So the gap is 107 points here. That's not right. No, it's 35. Sorry, chat. I can't. Yeah, wrong way. Viper got fastest lap. 2. There we go. It is 97 points the margin here. So Reedy has got to beat Potato by 12 points or more at Baku to win the title here this evening. What an ending that was. But now, chat, we'll take I think we might be taking a short break perhaps, but Baku is next. Baku is next. Wowzers, 97 points is the margin here. Remember, the what Lefty needs is 100. I mean, 108 will still win it due to countback, but 109, just to be safe, is what Lefty needs. So he needs to beat Potato by 12 points in this race to be confirmed champion. So it's just running down the Mexico podium for after the race, after Baku here. And we're actually going to go now, chat. We're going to go now here. Wow, this race has now just become probably one of the most important races in Potato's sim racing career here. If he can pull off another finish ahead of Reedy here, my word, have we got a race for you next week. Alright, chat. One shot quali here for Baku. It's going to be a wild race here. 18 laps, as you saw, for the 35% race here. Oh, it looks like someone's pressed ready up very, very quickly. So someone does not have a setup on. My word. Oh dear. Oh my word, chat. Someone has readied up very quickly here and not put on a setup. Oh dear. I hate to see what this squad's going to be like after this race here. And so here we go. Here we go. All softs, of course. And currently it's Abyss on provisional pole. Where is Potatoes? Down in P8. Reedy's P3. There we go. Reedy's starting to drop back a little bit here. P4. Potatoes P6. Reedy on provisional pole here after, well, nearly coming to the end of the first sector here. Big lockup for Ryan Cox here. Reedy still holding on to pole here. I wonder if Viper's had an issue here. Oh no, he's overtaken Manrai. So I wonder if Manrai has also cut the corner a little bit here. Potato's still in P5, but Reedy P1. The run to turn 1's going to be very, very interesting. If it's a front row lockout, my word. Here we go. The run to the line here at Baku. Reedy's still holding P1 here. Ryan Cox P2, Finn's in P3. I think Chandler has had an invalidation himself here. The run to the line. Where is Coxie? There is Coxie. Who's got the money here? Oh, oh, Cox, he misses out on pole. And he just nabbed second at the very end. Potato won with Ryan Cox and Chandler getting P3. It was a marvel. It was crazy. Really half a second clear of the rest of the field here. My word. Well, Potato's got to do a job here. 12 points, as I said. Reedy's got to beat Potato by in this race to confirm the championship. The gap is 97 currently after Potato winning and Reedy getting a P5. So that's what the gap. Well, it was 114. It is now down to 97. Reedy needs 12 points or more to confirm champion. So, point system. Potato has to finish P2. If Reedy wins, Potato has to finish P2. P3 or below, it's championship over. So, that's the mark for Potato. It's P2 or P1. P3 does not help unless Reedy has an absolute shocker of a start here or he crashes out. Which it could happen, chat. It could happen. We saw it at Jeddah. I mean, the castle section is going to be an interesting place. The penultimate braking zone as well. The downhill left-hander. Yeah, that's another interesting place where you might get some wing damage there. But it's all to play for here, chat. It is all to play for here. I do believe Ferrari are the Constructors' Champions after last week anyway. But just more points on the board for them. Chandler with his P3 pulled away from Alpine, but they had no drivers here tonight. As we get ready for 5 red lights and lights out. And away we go. Is anybody going an alternate route? And Potato's on the softs. He's got nothing to lose here. Truards and Mash on the hards. Everyone else is on the mediums, but Potato and Abyss are going side by side here. Yeah, he's got nothing to lose. Has Potato? Yeah, I think that might have been a frustrated weave there between Potato and Abyss there. But as I said, he's got to finish P2 or P1. P2, if Reedy wins, it's got to be P2 or bust here. P3 below is no good for Potato. And as I said, Reedy's got to win by 12 points or more to confirm champion. Because Australia will be a double points race for the finale in 2 weeks' time here. Chandler making some moves. He's up into P9 already. Chandler and Manroy ghosting through each other. That's not what to see. The Merc boys 7th and 8th here. Well, scoring some more points onto the McLaren boys because none of them are here. And look, Reedy's nearly dropped Ryan Cox already outside of DRS range. Could we see a safety car in this race? Could we see a safety car in this race, chat? I mean, if we don't see one, it's going to be very, very interesting to know what the strategies are going to be. As Truards has retired from the session, I wonder... Oh, it's a VSC. It is a VSC. Bevo's got a 10-second penalty for severe collision. I wonder if Truards was coming into the pits and he's retired at the pit entrance. That could be another thing as well, chat. But it's an early VSC, not a full course safety car. And here we go, it's green flag racing. Bit of restart from Ryan Cox here. Really caught napping a little bit. And Fins is outside of a second. This is not good for Potato. I mean, he's using these soft tyres to full effectiveness here. But with Ryan Cox 1.2 ahead of Fins, DRS is enabled. Oh, this might be... this might be championship over. After the hard work he did at Mexico, Potato, will it all come crashing down? Yeah, Fins does not have DRS. I mean, I wonder if some drivers are running the 0-0 wings here back here. I mean, that can be done. I have seen people run it here on this game. So, and Potato does not have DRS. Yes, Reedy is on point to win the title. Potato, if Reedy wins, Potato has to finish P2. P3 or below is no good for Potato. Reedy's got to win by 12 points or more, with the gap at 114 prior to Mexico. With Potato winning, Reedy getting P5, the gap was reduced to 97. So now Reedy's got to win by 12 points or more. If he wins, Potato has to become P2 to take the title fight to next week. Otherwise, next week there might not be much to talk about, chat. Might not be much to talk about. And yeah, look, the softs are now starting to become a little bit second hand here for Potato. Potato needs a safety car. Like, and I'm talking about a major safety car here. And look, there goes the best. There goes the best. It's going to be another Ferrari 1-2. It would seem here. If Reedy were to finish P2, Potato will have to finish P7 and above. P8 down does not work. So that's the options for Potato. If Reedy finishes, finishes first, it's P2. If Reedy finishes P2, it's got to be P7 and above to take the title fight next week. Wait, no, sorry, chat. It's P6, P6 and above. So if Reedy finishes P2, it's got to be P6 and above, not P7. Sorry, chat. I was looking at it wrong. So yeah, at the moment, Reedy has got one hand on the trophy, and we're about to hit quarter of a way through here. I don't think anybody has pitted. No, they haven't. We've got the Harms weren't the tyre of choice for MASH or Truos. Dale Beveridge's got a 10 seconds, that's right, for the severe collision with Man Rai here. And look, Man Rai's in. Man Rai is in. 14 laps to go. He's going for the almighty of undercuts here. He's on the hards. Let's have a look at the gaps to the leader. It was 9.8 as he came in. Potato's piece. Mr. Thunder on debut. I mean, he was very quiet at Mexico. I mean, both Haas car were. So, but showing some potential here at Baku. Might be a favourite track. Who knows? Who knows? Reedy is now P2. And Potato is in P6. The minimum he needs to take the title fight next week. And Sammy's just all on his own. He's just all on his own. He's young Sammy. P7. Still some good points for the Merc team. Just to try and close in on the McLarens here. They didn't take really much advantage at Mexico. They got P9 and a P13. So, yeah. And the Astons on 12th and 13th. They're not really factoring into any constructors, I don't think. I mean, they're going to pull away from McLaren. They might close in onto Williams, but I doubt it. I think they outscored the Astons at Mexico anyway. So, yeah. Oh, Bevo's out! Bevo is out! I think he's done that in the pits. Why has he retired? No safety car or anything. Well, now... Oh, and Potato's pitted as well. Apologies there, chat, that I missed that. Potato has now pitted. 24 seconds is the gap. He's on the medium compound. What's that? 11 laps. I mean, Reedy, Coxie, and all that, they might have to think about going on to the hards here. They might have the better tyre wear come the end of the race. I mean, there'll be 12 laps to go once this lap is completed. Will any of the Ferrari boys pit? Is any one of them going to pit? No, they are not. And no one in the top 5 is going to pit. Will Semi throw one in? No, he's not going to pit either. Chandler, Viper, they're not pit. Oh, yes, they are there. They are pitting. They are pitting. All that. Here we go. They're going on to the hards here. Do a different strategy here. So let's have a look at the tyre hards for Viper and Chandler. Manwine as well. Potato is on mediums, fresh mediums. Mass Jr., he's 22.5 seconds already behind the leaders, so starting on the hards wasn't the tyre of choice. So a third of the way in. I mean, a DNF here will be absolute scenes here. I think Potato might just say that that's championship done. If a safety car were to come out now. So which one of the Ferrari lads will pit here? Potato's 25.5 seconds, so the gap has grown between the leaders and Ryan Cox here. And the leaders are staying out. Will Finn's pit? No. Abyss. Mr. Thunder here? No, he won't. Well, Semi might have to pit here. And he is. He's going on the hards here. 11 laps. Mass Jr. No. But, well, the Merc boys are double stacked. Oh, yeah, front wing damage did Beno. So, Potato's back up in the P7. Still, it's a long way off. He has to get ahead of Mash Jr. ASAP here. He's got no battery to play here. And the Ferrari boys just extending that gap. I mean, 24.5 seconds. I think this could be all. I think it's over, chat. Unless something happens with the Ferrari boys here, I think that's it. And with such a small grid as well, the chances of a safety car are slim, unless it's an almighty crash here. I don't think we'll see it. I mean, we saw a virtual at the start of the race here, but yeah. Thunder's now coming in. And look at 26 seconds is now the gap. I think these guys here are going to go softs. I think they'll go softs. And it looks like Thunder will come out ahead of Potato as well, which compounds Potato here. I mean, yes, he'll get DRS, but that lockup as well from Thunder also does not help Potato. I mean, he's P5. I think you need, it looks like you need about 19-20 seconds for the pit window, and Ryan Cox is 26.6 ahead. Reedy is 26.1 ahead. So, yeah, look, unless there is a safety car, I think this title fight's now over. I mean, currently it's not. Currently it's not. It'll go to next week, but and Coxie now into the pits. Potatoes at the final corner, essentially. I mean, these are just really flat out kinks anyway. So, yeah. First lap point is with Coxie here. Tyres. It is hard for Ryan Cox, and just look at that gap that he's got. What's that? 9.5 seconds already. So, yeah, look. I mean, this might help Potato, as Reedy won't have DRS. I don't think Potato will either. Coxie should come out ahead of Reedy here. It'll be the hards, of course. But the tyre, I mean, 4 lap ball mediums. And they got to go, what, another 9 laps. 8 laps. So Potato will have to do 13 on these mediums. Coxie did 8 of them. I mean, Fins, Abyss and Reedy are doing 9, but I think Reedy will pit now. Yeah, Reedy's now pitting. Coxie might have a bit of a gap. I mean, Fins and Abyss are staying out. They're both staying out. 8 to go. And Potato, lasted 3 or 4 laps on the softs here, even with an early virtual safety car. Reed comes out ahead of Ryan Cox. Comes out ahead of Ryan Cox here. And it's hard for both of them. So yeah, I think this might be it. We've got a battle on here for 8th, 9th and 10th here. Viper Chandler and Manrod. Beno Mash Jr. not really a factor in here. Potato 10 seconds behind Coxie already. I mean, Potato's closing in onto Fins and Abyss here. This, it might help with Potato might be getting a P3, but I don't know, chat. Actually, no, even with the P3, Potato will still lose the title. After all that work in Mexico, it's not coming up Millhouse for Potato here. We expect Fins and Abyss to come in at any moment here. Fins have stayed out. Same with Abyss. 7 laps to go. I think they're still waiting for a safety car. I think they're waiting for a safety car. Look, Potato's now 20 seconds behind Fins here. I wonder if Abyss and Fins are just, you know, maybe waiting for Reedy and Ryan Cox to catch up here. And then they'll pit. I mean, it's 9.2 and there's 7 laps to go. Yes, they are quick on the hard, fresher hards here. I mean, that's something to keep an eye on here. We expect Fins and Abyss to be in on the softs at the end here. 6 lap dash. I mean, Potato lasted about 4 laps, 3 or 4 laps. Tyre 6. Oh no! So he did 6 laps on the softs. So no, 5 laps. He did 5 laps. He pitted on lap 6. It would seem. So in 20.5. I think Potato will get a Abyss and Fins here once these two pit. And Abyss is closing in on Fins up as well. But yeah, unfortunately, chat, there's not much to talk about. Yeah. Small grid, end of season blues. This is what happens. It happened. It happened with every league, chat. Oh, and if Thunder's overtaken Potato. Sammy might get Potato here. Oh my word, they're going to go 3 wide here. On the pit straight here. And it's P5. For Potato. And with that battling, Fins and Abyss have just grown their gap. Something happened with Viper. Manrod Chandler got through. And Chandler looking for a P80 after getting a podium at Mexico. His maiden podium here in Wallaby. So fair play to young Chandler here. And look, Reedy and Coxie, they're under 6. Reedy's under 6 seconds of Fins here. I mean, Fins and Abyss will be fighting for a podium here. I think it's going to be Ferrari 1-2. Sammy's 20.5 seconds behind Fins. 5 to go. Will they pit? 5 lap dash. It looks like Fins might be pitting. Will Abyss follow him? Yes, he is. And so there we go. It is soft compound tyres for Fins and Abyss. And look, Sammy and Potato Thunder have not caught up to him. They are now catching up, but they're at the pits. They are out of the pits on soft compound tyres, and, well, there we go. There we go, chat. Yeah. 5 laps to go. I think now we can probably safely say, unless Ryan Cox wants to do the absolute scenes of all scenes here, make Reedy finish P2, I think we can probably safely say Reedy is your Wallaby Tier 1 champion. I think for the 3rd straight season? I'm not entirely sure. I think someone might have to check that for me. But I think it's the 3rd straight season in a row Reedy is the Wallaby Tier 1 champion. I mean, at the start, there was some good battles between Reedy and the Oxman. Unfortunately for Oxman, he had to drop back as a reserve. I mean, Potato put up a very good fight, but the lead's just too much. The lead was just too much. There's the Invernorms in over 3 seconds is the gap between Best Fins and Sammy Potato and Funday. Viper Manrai battling it out. Mash is caught up to Benno here. Chandler, another top 10 finish. I mean, with that P3 finish, inflate his point scoring for tonight here, but I mean, he had the pace at Mexico. Looks like he doesn't have the pace here this evening. 4 or 3.5 to go here at Baku. 2 rounds to go, chat. Next week, we're off to Bahrain for the penultimate round of this season of Wallaby. It's been a whirlwind of a season. As Reedy hits the fence there. Don't think there's any damage. I don't think there's any damage on Reedy there. But yeah, Bahrain is next week. And it looks like Reedy will be champion unless Ryan Cox does the scenes of all scenes here to take the title fight to Bahrain next week. I mean, he's gone for the move now, but there's still 3 laps to go, so fastest lap points is it's still with Ryan Cox. Not no more, it's not. Not no more, it's not. I mean, Abyss is half a second away from getting that point. I mean, he might get it now with the DRS here. We need that one up, that we chat. And look, yeah, these 3 fighting, and these 2 just pulled away. It's unlucky for Potato. I mean, he's back up to the minimum place that he needs to take the title fight to Bahrain next week, but even then, we're only getting to even Stevens with Reedy here. And he's got a bank on getting the fastest lap point as well at Bahrain. So if he doesn't get that extra point at Bahrain, if the race would end now, then Reedy will still be champion next week. So yes, penultimate round is Bahrain. We're heading towards the penultimate lap of this quite boring Baku race, to be fair. I mean, it's not fair with these guys that turned up. I mean, grid of 14 with 2 DNFs. I mean, it's just a shame that end of season blues. It always happens, chat. It always happens. I mean, if this race happened early in the season, it would have been a much more better race, I think, chat. That's just my opinion. Abyss is up in the P3, still fighting for P3. 2 laps to go. We're on the penultimate lap. Ryan Cox still leads. I think Reedy might get him on the final lap here. The run to the line could be interesting. Chandler P8, I think the 7 seconds off Potato, Sammy and Mr. Thunder here. Mr. Thunder doing getting a P5. Could be scenes for Haas in their quest to try and catch the McLarens. I mean, even the Merc boys as well, trying to pull away from there. I think they will. And we saw in the background Chandler having a mistake there. Tyres might be starting to wear thin here. Potato's been on them for quite a while as well. But yeah, we're coming towards the end of this race here, chat. It's going to be another Ferrari 1-2. But who's going to get that third step of the podium here? And so, yeah, here we go. Final lap syndrome. Reedy's coming a fair way back here. I wonder if Reedy made a mistake somewhere. I mean, this even if Reedy finishes P2, Potato's P7, he has to finish P6 or higher. But yeah, Fins is up in the P3. First DRS zone, we'll call it, chat. And yeah, Reedy's closing in, but it's the run to the line that we're waiting for. The run to the line. These two have worked very well all season long. And that is why they are the Constructors' Champions for this season of Wallaby. But all eyes turn to now Reedy. Will he win his third straight Tier 1 title here in Wallaby? Sammy and Thunder absolutely going out hammer and tong. We'll actually go and have a look at that battle. But Reedy is closing on to Ryan Cox here. Ryan Cox goes out very wide there. This is actually a lead battle here, so we'll stay on it to the end of the race here. Coxie scrapes the wall there. We heard that there, chat. Into the, I guess, the final braking zone. Into these right, left kinks here, yellow flags. There's a Vibrant Chandler having a massive moment. The run to the line. It's a Ferrari 1-2. And here comes Reedy. Will he win this race? He's going to win. Reedy wins. It's championship season. And Reedy gets the fastest lap point as well. For good measure. Ryan Cox is in P2. But the battle for the podium spot here, it's going to be the Finns. The Finns are up. Another third place finish for Finns. This is P4. And we've got another run to the line perhaps here. No, we don't. It's Sammy in P5, Thunder P6, Potato P7, Manwright will finish in P8, Viper P9, Chandler will get P10. Another top 10 finish to add to Chandler's collection of the season here. Bano will get P11. The Merc boys will outscore Haas again. And Mash Jr. will get P12. But there it is. Reedy wins. There's no doubt about it anymore, chat. Reedy had to score 12, win by 12 points or more here. Or outscore Potato by 12 points or more, and he's actually done that. Yeah, he's got 21 points. So, yeah. Reedy is now your champion for this season of Wallaby Racing League Tier 1. We'll get the top 3 in to have a chat. Fins. Oh my word. Oh, sorry, Goffy. I should have just had the things up as I usually do. Oh, fans. Alright, we'll wait for the lads to join in and then we'll kick off podium celebrations. We'll do Mexico first and then we'll do Baku, of course. We'll just wait for Fins to join, and then actually we'll do the Mexico podium first. We'll kick off with P3 man Chandler, aka Jet. P3, your first podium of the season. Bit of controversy at the end there as well. DRS games, but P3 at the end. Tell us about that Mexico race from your perspective.
Yeah, the Mexico race was good. It was mainly about quali, because if you don't have DRS here in Mexico, you're just not going to have pace. The race was good. I mean, the last little I don't know what to say. The little game that Ryan played at the end was a little bit cheeky. It was a little bit rough because I just had to use all my battery, but yeah, in the end got P3, so that's good, especially from P4. So yeah, that was good fun. Especially in the middle, I pitted a little too late. I thought I was gonna lose DRS, which I was quite annoyed at, but strategy worked out towards the end, and managed to clutch the P3 after passing a couple of people. And nothing too bad with the racing. I was in contention the entire time, just unfortunate last lap really, but lots of fun.
And P10 in Baku as well, so another top 10 to add to your collection of the season. Bahrain is next week. What are your thoughts heading to that track?
Bahrain. It's a good track. Currently, I've got no pace around there. I just can't find half a second for whatever reason, but it's a great track, and it's gonna be about surviving really. But I'm sure I'll be able to manage that.
Well, GG's on a well-deserved P3 at Mexico and a solid P10 tonight. Hopefully see you back on the podium next week. We go to P2 man Ryan Cox. Well, it was certainly an interesting end to that race at Mexico, but you get P2 at the end there. Tell us.
P1, Potato was P2.
It was me, P2.
Oh, was it? Oh.
It was edged. It was edged.
Oh, on my screen it came up Potato's winner, so...
No.
Wait,
no.
what?
Yeah.
Ryan won.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I had my points all wrong then. Well, okay, well, Potato P2, you did pretty well to finish ahead of Reedy there. Reedy got caught up into some traffic at the end there. But you finished ahead. Unfortunate with the Baku race, but tell us about that Mexico race first up, and then we'll talk about Baku after Mexico. Tell us about that Mexico race from your perspective.
Honestly, the race didn't go... Well, the car didn't feel as good as I wanted it to. The car just does not want to turn. I've had the same issue for many races now. The car just doesn't want to turn, but made the best of it where they could. So close to winning. Ryan just had DRS, which allowed him to pass me, but, you know, racing's racing. It was a good final lap battle, and then, yeah, it was just fun, I guess.
And unfortunate with the Baku race. What made you start on the softs? Was it just to gain as many positions, or?
Um, so funny story, right? So we were waiting on a strategy, right? There was 3 seconds left, or not even a second left. I went to go choose mediums, but the game forced me back on the softs. So that was not good. And yeah, race was pretty drover then. And then Mash had a fun time with the wall, and then had another fun time, and then I lost 1.5 seconds. It was pretty over from there, but never liked Baku, and whoever chose Baku over Japan, you all should be shot. Have a nice day.
And well, Bahrain is next week. I mean, you're still fighting a best for P2 in the in the drivers' title. What are your thoughts at Bahrain next week?
See, I like Bahrain in the quali. I need to figure out a new race set because, like tonight, Mexico had no turn in, so I'll have a look into that. But usually, I'm pretty decent around Bahrain.
Well, GG's on a board reserve P2, I guess. Hopefully, see you back on the podium next week at Bahrain. We get to the race winner, I guess, Ryan Cox. P1 in the as I said, I thought Potato won the race, so
Did you see him visually win the race, or did it just come up in the thing that he won?
it just came up with him winning. So
Yeah, that's weird. I finished well ahead of him though. Like it wasn't.
because I had to get the calculators out and I had Potato winning. So
Yeah, right.
I'm so glad Reedy won this race then, because otherwise things would have been thrown. But winning Mexico P2 in Baku as well, the run to the line. We'll start with Mexico first. Interesting penultimate lap at the stadium section there. Well, we had the helicopter shot.
Oh yeah, sick. Look forward to watching that back.
But yeah, P1 in the end. Tell us about that Mexico race, and then we'll move on to Baku straight afterwards.
Yeah, I mean it was really good. The quali pace was awesome. I wasn't quite at PB because Finns was doing some fun stuff in front of me. I can't really blame cars that aren't affecting me for that, but yeah, really good lap. Started pole on the pace, and the race was awesome. So we managed to work back up to the guys that pit earlier, like Lefty and Viper, I think it was. And yeah, I ended up in the lead. Obviously, you don't want to be on the lead on the last lap, so I was sitting in none for most of it, and trying to force Chandler to make a move because he's getting pressure from behind. He didn't do that, so I mean the only way that I can possibly win that race is by having DRS onto that last lap. So I got well out of the way, didn't endanger anyone, slotted back into P3, and then I was able to get back into P2 by the end of the straight, and had the DRS heading into the final sector to get the move done on Potato. We had a bit of argy-bargy, and he kind of pushed me off, so I had to cut one of the corners, but I gave the place back before the final corner, and then got past at the last. So yeah, awesome race in terms of just like having such a big pack battling for the win. So it was really, really enjoyable, unlike Baku, but yeah, awesome to come away with the win in the end.
Speaking on Baku, I mean P2, pretty dominant 1-2, I guess. Just unfortunate, no safety cars. Usually Baku, but tell us about that Baku race. I mean, as I said, pretty dominant race.
Yeah, quality wasn't the greatest. I mean, I still got P2, but I was the thousandth away from losing out to Finns. I almost exploded into the castle sections, and that lost me a little bit of time. And then the race, it was just, I mean, Finns is running super, super low wing. So we were doing our best to just work together to break DRS. And then once that happened, and with the low wings, his tires start to die off, we were able to just push on. And then it was pretty boring from there with no safety cars. Lefty's absolutely rapid at this track. So I think I kind of knew he was sizing me up in the last few laps. And I wasn't going to fight him too hard, but I burnt everything I had to the line, and yeah, he just had it.
And Bahrain next week. What are your thoughts heading to that track?
Pretty keen, actually. That's a good track. I'm glad we weren't stupid and voted that one off as well. So yeah, no, I look forward to that. It's a nice track to race at.
Well, GG's on a 1-2 at Mexico. and at Baku as well, and hopefully see you back on the podium at Bahrain next week. We'll go to Finn's P3 at Baku. A nice little battle with Abyss at the end there on those soft compound tyres. Tell us about that race from your perspective.
I love this track. Yeah, if we only did street circuits, my life would be so much easier with league racing. I don't know what it is, whether it's just how tight the walls are and how precise you need to be, but I just always seem to have the pace at these tracks, and especially Baku and Singapore, like a few weeks ago. But yeah, it was good today. I was surprised for once I actually put in an all right quali lap with P3, just trying to keep it on the track because yes, I was running 0-0 wings, which is quite, it helps a lot, especially defending and overtaking, and also a lot with battery, which makes it a bit easier. But as Ryan was saying, it does not help with tyre wear. And yeah, I got a good start. Didn't want to send it around the outside of Ryan, just wanted to defend from Potato and did that. And yeah, we dropped them, and then the VSC came out, which at first I thought was going to be nice because it was going to mean less corners for me to lose time on them. But yeah, the VSC ended at about the worst time it could for me, as it ended on an apex for me while they were accelerating out of the corner, and it meant that I was about 4 tenths behind at the start of the VSC, but by the end of it, I was at 9 tenths and had nothing at the castle. So yeah, it's a bit of if, but it might have gone a bit differently if I had the DRS for a bit longer. I don't think I would have had it for the whole race. They were too quick, those two. It was nice in the first few laps. I was only a couple tenths slower and gaining quite a lot on the straight. I nearly got DRS back, but yeah, after they just started pulling away, I didn't really think about doing an undercut because they were just going to cover me. So yeah, I went long, put on the softs. Abyss started catching me at the end because my tires were just completely fried, and yeah, put on the softs. Abyss got within DRS. On my outlap on the softs, I nearly threw it into the castle wall. I had to slow right down and lost nearly a second from that. So he caught up. I knew with the wings that I could just completely mess with him, and it's exactly what I did because yeah, he got past. I actually lifted off completely and let him pass because I wanted to get a lap behind him and try to get fastest lap, but I actually was a bit close and had to slow down, and that lap wasn't that good and tried going again, but just made a couple mistakes. And I think in the end, one of the Ferraris got the fastest lap back. So yeah, maybe the softs aren't that good, or maybe we aren't that good. But yeah, coming on to the last lap, I wanted him to go past going into the middle sector because I wanted to fly past him on the front straight. But yeah, he stayed behind me, and then I didn't use any battery at all until yeah, the front straight. I just kept it in none the entire time, and then yeah, he was on my tail coming out of the last proper corner. I just kept it in none, kept it in none. Once we got out of the fast left right, I lifted off a bit. He went past, turned on the overtake, got the DRS, and ended up flying past them at about 30 k's an hour faster and taking it easily in the end. So yeah, it's good fun. I love this track. It's always fun. It's one you have to focus for, but as per usual, Lefty too quick on this track. Him and Ryan worked well together. So yeah, good fun. GG to them, and good to get a podium because I've at least the start of my season was pretty abysmal. So it's good to be a little bit back.
And Bahrain next week, the penultimate round of the season. What are your thoughts heading to that track?
Oh, I hate it. It's annoying that it's a track that quite a few people like, and it's a track that every league uses every season because I just can't get the pace there. I never have. I don't know whether I think it's all of the curved traction exits sort of like turn two and some of the other ones, and also the braking. I'm usually all right at braking. It's just Bahrain. I've just never been able to get it right. So that's going to be about just maximizing what I can. Just maybe just trying to stick with the leaders in the DRS like I usually do. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, if I can get a top five, I will be over the moon.
Well, GG's on a well-deserved P3 at Baku. Hopefully see you back on the podium next week at Bahrain, where we go to the Baku race winner and the confirmed Wallaby Tier 1 champion. You had to be over 109 points, and I'm pretty sure you've done that already. I mean, you're 21 points ahead after this race. And so, yeah, GG's to Reedy. Tell us about that Baku race from your perspective.
Yeah, I won't talk about Mexico because that was just a shambles. But Baku, wanted it on the calendar for so long. I finally got it. I knew I had to win it after begging for it. So, yeah, once Ryan passed me, I think it was on like lap 15 or 16, I actually thought he was disappearing because he got to 8/10, then 9/10, and then on the final lap, I just decided to dump everything as soon as I could and get close in the middle sector where we were most even, and then just hope that I'd get him on the line. And I also knew that I kind of needed to win this one after Mexico because I didn't have such a great points tally compared to Potato, and knowing that I had to win it this week before I go away put me under a little bit of pressure. So it's good to finally have it. It took a long season to get it, so I thought, yeah, I should have wrapped it up earlier, but it's done now.
And yeah, unfortunately, you're missing Bahrain and Australia. But I'm still going to ask you the question anyway. What are your thoughts on Bahrain?
It's a good track, but obviously I don't have to race it. I mean, it's good for racing. It can be a little bit sweaty. There's a lot of different strategies that you can choose to do. A lot of it separates the field, and then it brings the racing closer at the end. And it can get quite messy a little bit. And then, yeah, I don't know. It's a good track. I like the track.
Well, now we've got the racing and the tracks done. I think this is your third straight Wallaby Tier 1 driver's title. Any sweeter than the previous two? Or is it just business as usual?
I think it's, I don't know, about the same. I think obviously the first one's a little bit more special, and then the second one was a little bit better with Campbell obviously pushing me all the way. This one, it was kind of my main competitor left early on, so it then became only really a matter of time before the points were actually enough. So yeah, it'd be nice for next season to have someone like Oxchillo or Campbell back. Obviously since Campbell stopped racing and Oxchillo stopped racing. And then, of course, me having to go away ruins the other championship in another league with Oxchillo. So, yeah, I think my first and second ones were definitely better. This one still feels good. It's just not the same, I guess.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Well, considering you're missing the final two rounds, I'm going to announce it now. This will be my last time commentating you because I am retiring commentating from next season. Well, at the end of the season, I should say. It's been a pleasure commentating yourself and the other lads, but 3 in a row. I think it's only you and Ryan that I know have won 3 titles in a row in the one league. So yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to seeing how you're going to do next season with if Oxcello races and Campbell comes back, Ryan Cox gets back on the pace as well if he decides to do Wallaby again next season. So it's going to be an absolute pleasure to watch from the sidelines because, as I said, this was my last commentating gig commentating you. So, yeah, it's gonna be a whirlwind of emotions in the final 2 rounds, of course. But watching you progress over the seasons or over the years as well has been a pleasure as well. So look forward to seeing how you do next season and see who your teammate is as well. Could go for 4 in a row.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. I actually will make the final race. I get back the day of, so I'll make sure I'm there for your last one. I did hear that you were potentially stepping down, but I didn't want to say anything because I wanted you to announce it. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words. It's been a pleasure to be commentated by you for like the last 4 or 5 seasons across 2, even 3 leagues. Yeah, it's been a ride.
It sure has. Well, there we go, chat. I've got 2 more rounds to go, starting at Bahrain next week. GG to the podium sellers tonight. GG's to Reedy for picking up his 3rd straight driver's title and back-to-back constructors title as well. And until next week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you all at Bahrain for the penultimate round of Wallaby Racing League Tier 1. It is a goodbye.